Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and the lockdown bonuses go on. We already saw Simon today solving a fantastic THERMO by Mitchell Lee with no givens. An amazing puzzle actually. Now this one has come in from Andre Rothstein Gonçalves from Brazil, and we're very grateful to him for it. I think it's the first puzzle of his we've used, and this is an interesting kind of hybrid. We've got knight's moves. It's an anti-knight puzzle, so cells which are a knight's move apart, like those, cannot contain the same digit. We've got a magic square in the blue in the middle. That is a magic square. All the rows and columns must add up to 15, and diagonals. Now the green boxes are exact clones of each other, and when I use the word exact, I mean there's no reflection or rotation or other transformation. This cell must be the same as this cell. This one must be the same as this, and so on throughout it. And then finally we've got one little killer cage all on its own down here, and that has to add up to 10, and 3 grey cells which have to be even. And apparently that's enough information to make this uniquely solvable. Now our tester has told me it's pretty hard, so I'm not that surprised given how little information we've got, and it's a fair amount of different types of rule to be juggling with, but I'm looking forward to it, frankly. So without much further ado, you can try the puzzle on the video below, the link below the video. Try it in our software, and then maybe come back and watch my solve. And I'm going to just get started now. So let's get cracking. Let's start with the magic square. Now we can always put a 5 in the middle of a magic square. If you didn't know that before, you've probably learnt it from this channel lately. Now the other thing about a magic square is it has evens in the corners. So these are 2, 4, 6 and 8. In fact, we've got a 2 here. So these ones are not 2. One of these must be 2. And 2 has to be opposite 8 on the diagonal. So one of these 2 must be 8. So I can take 8 out of those as a possibility. And that done, what on earth else can I do? Oh, 5s by knight's moves, they're pretty powerful. 5s see all of these cells. The central cell, sees all of those cells. Yes, that's useful here. This 5 is seeing those 3. This one's also seeing that. So we can restrict 5 to one of those 2. Therefore it goes in one of those 3, but I don't know if that helps. Down here there are just 3 cells where 5 can go. Can't go in the 10 cage. I don't know if that's going to be helpful. No idea. So that's where we get to with 5s. Bother. I'd hoped that would be a bit more helpful. These, I suppose, in the magic square, these are the other odd digits, 1, 3, 7 and 9. But, oh, look, these are clones. And there's only one overlapping 5 between the 2 clones. Try and remember what matters in the puzzle. So, 5, yes, we've placed it in the corner of the clone. Okay, well that's something. We've got a digit, 2 digits in the grid. I can take that 5 out. And maybe that clone thing, say this was a 2, then given this 2, this cell would have to be the 2 in the clone. And obviously this one. So I'm going to pencil mark a 2 into those 2. If this was the 2, what do we get? These are ruled out. That 2's ruling out those. That by knight's moves ruling out that one. And it's looking at this cell in the clone as well. So that's ruling out that. So if this was a 2, 2 is here and here because it's a clone. So we get a kind of X-wing of 2s one way or the other. And in fact, look, 2 in column 4, now 2 in column 5. Where does 2 in column 6 go? It goes here, because both these cells are ruled out by this 2. Oh, that's very nice. So 2 here is in one of these 2. But there are various possibilities down in that box. Okay, can we do the same for, well, 8s are a bit further away, but okay, but knights moves, interesting, they rule those out. This 8 rules those out, that takes this out. And the 8 in the middle, of course, that takes out that as well. So we're only left with one cell. If this is an 8, that's joined by 8s there. Now if this is an 8, they're ruled out again by this one, and now they're ruled out. So we're left with this one. Oh my goodness, that's neat. So we get this little 2-8 pairs in the clone. Can we take 8 up the grid? 8 must be in one of these 3. I don't think that really helps. Ooh, no, actually it can't be in this cell because 8 must be either here or here. And one of them will see it by knight's move. Okay, restrict 8 down to those 2. Oh, look at this pattern that's been left in the clone. Oh, and look, you have to go across to this cell, row 5, column 6, to see how that helps. I don't know whether this is 1, 3, 7 or 9, but I do know that it rules out those 3 cells and those 3 cells. When you match them up in the clone, it only leaves one more. So this is whatever that is. I mean, I'm not going to go colouring on this, because if I start doing this for lots of different cells, I've got a real mess. Look at this one. That sees all of those 3 by Sudoku or knight's moves, and it sees that one in that clone. So that leaves just one empty cell in the clone. So whatever that is there, it's here and here. So that's 1, 3, 7 or 9 as well. Can we keep going with this? What about this one? That sees this cell, this one by knight's move. That still leaves a couple of possibilities, doesn't it? So how about, oh, well, obviously that one is ruled out of those 3. Yes, that's better. So that becomes 1, 3, 7 or 9. Oh, and this was one of the 2 cells, oops, sorry, that this one, which we haven't tried, can see. Yes, look, that's ruling out this one and that one. So that goes in there. We know where all the odds are now in the clone, and these other 2 must be 4 and 6. That's ridiculous. How can you find that? No 4s or 6 given in the grid, and we can do that. Get a 4-6 pair in the clone. That's just bonk. I'll tell you what else is bonkers. This 8 and 2 both see this even cell, so that's 4 and 6 as well. Now, this 10 cell, it could never have been 2 and 8 because 2 is ruled out of both. Now it can't be 4 and 6. This must be odd as well. Clearly doesn't involve 5. It's either 1, 9 or 3, 7. Don't know which though now. Oh my goodness. These have to be different, don't they? Because they're a knight's move apart. They're 4 and 6, but they're different. And they both see this cell. And now suddenly we know one of the magic square numbers. That's 8 and it's opposite 2. Oh, that is just extraordinary. I almost don't even know how that happened. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. I accidentally put 8 in those cells by using the wrong key. Okay, but they're 4 and 6. Okay. Whew. Okay, that's not a 2 now. So we've got 4, 6 opposite. Now 2 can never be next to 1 or 3 because it could never make up the 15 sum across there. So 7 and 9 are a pair next to the 2. 1 and 3 are a pair next to the 8. Ooh, we're getting lots of funny little pairs all over the place now. Okay, now which number was which? We started with this. That ruled out those and those. Didn't it? I thought we started with this one. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we started... I'm trying to work out, I mean, I should be able to narrow these down to 1, 3 or 7, 9 based on these, because they were all one-to-one matchups with something. Yes, that rules out that, that, and that. That, and that. So this and this are the same, and therefore same as that, and therefore they're 1 or 3. This was ruling out that and that. Yeah, so those two are 1 or 3. And these other 4 must be 7 or 9. Oh, it's so peculiar the way this works. Maybe we can extend this further. So that is the same as that, obviously, just by Sudoku. That's acting on all these cells. Ooh, it leaves too many. What about? That's nice. That's nice. Look. Okay, these two are obviously the same because they're in the clone. So whether it's 7 or 9, I don't know yet. But where does whichever one it is go in this box 7 down here? Not in those cells which are ruled out by normal Sudoku, and not in those which are ruled out by that one by Knight's Move. So that goes in there. This cell, this has to be odd too, because there's a 2-8 pair there and a 4-6 pair there. So that's odd. Can't be 5. And the same here because of the Knight's moves with the 2 and 8 and the 4-6 pointing straight at it. A little arrow onto that. And now, suddenly, we've got a 1, 3, 7, 9 quadruple. That's incredible. How has that happened? And now we've got 4, 6. So this is 2, 8, 5. We can place them all, given the 2s and 8s above. I can't believe that. 2, 8, 5. Just like that. So the 8, the other 8 will be in one of those. Don't forget some regular Sudoku occasionally. This is just magic, this puzzle, in some way. Now, 5. Where does that go? Oh, I don't know. Oh, yes, look. 5, 5. So 5's in one of those. And 5, 5. And it can't be there by the Knight's move. In column 6, it has to be there. Could have probably got that a little while ago since I got that. But better late than never. This can't be 5. There's still a few possibilities here. Can't be in the grey cells because they're even. But oh, I thought I was going to be onto something there. Now, what else have we got going on? There's so much to look for. You know, this video more than any other, I'm sure I'm going to be missing things that you're seeing. Can't help that. It's just the way it is. This cell is looked at by that 4 and 6, and that 5, and that 1, 3 pair. Ooh, if those 7 and 9 had to be different, no, they're the same. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, that's a bit of a blind alley. Oh, where can we go next for some information? Look at all these pairs. I mean, it's very strange in some ways that this puzzle keeps yielding so many pairs. We've got 5, 8, 2 there. 3 of the 1, 7, 9. Maybe we just keep looking at these pairs. Maybe the... Now, okay, no, we didn't know. We knew that that 7, 9 was the same as that one. Must be there. Not that, so that in column 4. But that could be anywhere here and anywhere, well, almost anywhere there. Oh, how about this other 7, 9? That has to be the same as, well, I mean, the other one that isn't the one we were just looking at. So there. Let's just redo that. Sorry, that must be the same as that and that. And they're the ones that meant this was the same. So then it's got to be here as well, whatever that is, because the knight's move from there prevents that. So this is 7 or 9. How peculiar. Let's just do them again. I can't remember where we started now. Was that this one? Is the same as this? Yes. Is the same as this one and this one. One of those two cells, somewhere up there, could include the 7, because this might be 7. But now it would have to be one of these two. Oh, that's not as helpful as I'd hoped. Or is it? Yes, it must be one of those two. It's the same as this one. Now that's ruling out those two cells, which are both seen by those two under knight's move rules. And those two, so it would have to be here, and it would have to be here. So this cell is 7 or 9, and again, it's in conjunction with the other ones of the same type. I mean, this is such a strange puzzle. Now that one goes with that one, and that one in column 4, and now they'd have, oh, if those two go together, there has to be one here. So now we've got a 7-9 pair up there that both see this cell. So that can't be 7 or 9. Oh, look at this even cell in the same columns 8 and 2. That's 4 or 6, and we've got a pair again. So these two must be 1, 3, 7 or 9. This one is seeing both those two, so it can't be 7 or 9. Suddenly we've got a 1, 3 pair all the way up there. That's so strange. I'm probably missing something a bit more routine down here. I thought we were going to blow open the magic square when we got this 8, but actually it's either resisting arrest or I'm missing how I'm meant to be using that now. That's quite possible. Now, come on, come on, come on. Think of something that's going to get us home. That is the same as that. Yeah, so that one is that one. That one, that one, that one. Doesn't quite reach by knight's move, so yeah. Oh, that makes it this one, doesn't it? And this one, those two have to be 7 or 9. And that, oh, it gets rid of 1 5 possibility, but there's still those two. Ah, you know, that's not possible. Why did I make that possible? That's not a 5. That is now a 5. And we can put the other 5 in. My goodness. This was not where I was expecting this to go. Now, this could still be most of the even numbers. Oh, that's made this a 5. We can get rid of the 5 there and put it definitely in here. Got all the 5s done. Wish I had all the 2s done, but I can't do that yet. 5, 2. It's so strange how this puzzle just keeps working on itself. So we did one set of 7 and 9s, and I can never remember which one we started with because I'm an idiot. And now this is the one we didn't do. Okay, so there's got to be one in column 4. Oh yes, that's this one. Now where is its partner? Oh, it's got to be, because that one wasn't in there. It's got to be in the 10 cage. One of those 3. Not there. Oh, one of those 2. And over here? Oh, now it's got to be there. That has to be a 7 or 9 as well. Okay, well that's useful on its own. Because one of these two have to be a 1-3 pair now. Actually, that's been available for a little while. Darn. Anyway, now let's look up here. 7-9 pair, 1-3 pair, 5. Oh, come on. Something must be shouting at me here. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should remember that 6-4 and how they were looking at each other and both looking at something else. We've got 4-6 in a little run here. So these two must be the same. Does that help? Oh, it does help in a weird way. Look, that has to be different from both of those two. So these two have to be the same. Let's assume they're 4. Then it's ruled out of there, and there by these two cells. And even if it's 6, it must be the same. So this has to be 4 or 6 in the corner. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, that's so, again, it's just not what I'm expecting at all. Now this has to be the same as this. And that's the one we're talking about. Now, if that's 4-6, that has, in column 3, that has to be here. That leaves that cell. And that one. And this one. My God, so we can just fill all those in as definite 4-6s. That gives us an 8 here, because 8 can't be here anymore. So take out the 8. So 8 there. 8 now in the grey cell, which is perfectly fine. 8 in one of the... No, 8 can't be here because there's an 8 in one of those two. It can't be here because of the grey cell there. 8 is here. That places the 2. What a puzzle. But I still don't know if 2... Oh yes, 2 can't be here because the 2's there. So 2 there. 2 here. 8 here. Oh, so we're getting 2's and 8's now. Have we done all the 2's and 8's? One more 8. Down, no, 2 more 8s. Oh, these 2 that started it all. It's a clone. Don't forget the clone. Crikey, imagine if I started forgetting that. Now that's an 8. This must be 4 or 6. It's all that's left in the box. Now we've got a 4-6 pair. Look at this cell is seen by both the 1-3 pair and 4-6, 8-2-5-7. That must be a 9. That's a 7, and we have cracked the magic square finally. Wow, 2, 9, 4, 4, 3, 8 is 15, 8, 1, 6, and a 7 there. And now we can unwind all these pairs in the magic squares, I hope, I believe. 1, 3, and it's a clone, so we can do everything. This 4 is seeing this cell, yes. 6, 4, 9. So we've got all the clone, the magic square, suddenly all done at once. Thank the Lord. So 9 goes in there, 7 there. This, oh, well, we know by knight's moves where the 4 and 6 is. I really think we're suddenly finishing off. Suddenly it's gone from being an absolute beast to pretty much all over. This 10 cage is now obviously 1 and 9. We've got a 3 here. Oh, what a puzzle. That has just messed me up. Messed me up big time. It's so brilliant. Thank you very much, Andre, for sending that. That really has surprised me in every way. I dare say you have seen things quicker than I have in this puzzle, but as I said before, it's a bit of a mind blower, to be fair. Wow. This was amazing. I really enjoyed this puzzle. That's so clever. Everything about it is different from usual. The way that the things react together. I mean, we've seen some of that in knight's move puzzles before. But using those 2 clones in those positions, and together with the magic square, look, this 1 is disambiguating this 9-1. That's kind of the last step needed there. There's probably something else doing it as well, but that is brilliant. What an entertaining puzzle. I sincerely hope that if you had a go at that, you got through it, because there's fun to be had there. Maybe you did it a different way. Maybe, you know, there's every chance I missed something a little bit more helpful earlier, or that you just saw what I saw quicker. But what an interesting puzzle. Loved it, loved it. Do join us again on Cracking the Cryptic, and bye for now.